Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome back to Sam's Allotment. Now down here today, time to get the onions planted out. I'm a little bit behind at the minute, so yeah, a lot of work to be done. Now, I'm not going to babble on too much. Obviously you've seen the plots looking pretty clean. I came down yesterday, the day before, just a couple of hours each day, and got all the beds hoed over and weeded. And obviously we've got this plot, quite a few weeds coming back through now on here, but I'm not too bothered. It'll take 2 minutes to get rid of them. But yeah, so today's target, guys, are these two beds at the front for the onions. As you can see, I've already got my wood out. I've got my labels out to roughly as to where each line is going to go. And what I've done with the wood, excuse the wind guys, I am doing my best to try and coop it, is I am going to, I've got the bit of wood, and what I've done is I've vaguely marked it, just roughly where I want to put them. And at the moment, I'm going to be sowing these ones here, only a cheapo brand. Most of you know where they're from, just judging by the label. So yeah, basically get these potted up, get 10 in a row is what I'm doing. Now the reason I do them 10 in a row and give myself nice spacings is that throughout the summer, as the weeds come up, I can get the hoe in between without going anywhere near the onions. So yeah, without further ado, I'll pop you on a hyperlapse and yeah, we'll get cracking on with getting these onions in, guys. And then just in the other bed, we've got 50 red onions also to go in. So yeah, let's get cracking on, let's get planting. Right, so that was me doing a hyperlapse of the planting the onions. I do apologise about the van. I was gentleman, I'm just helping out at the minute. But yeah, it's all the time. I always get stopped. So yeah, but that's all the white onions planted. So I'm not messing around with strings and stuff now. I've had enough of that. I'm just going to do what I do now. At least I can see where they are. I'll give them a good watering in a minute, and then I shall move on to planting the red. I believe they're what, red onions. We'll just double check. Let's have a little look. Yep, 50 red onions, red barons. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to quickly get all the little pegs in, little white markers, and then yeah, I shall come back to you. But the reason I do the compost on top is, one, kind of distinguishes where I'm waiting for them to pop up, and to be honest, it looks like a lot that I've put on them, but it's really not. The time I've watered it, that'll be flat, the tips will be showing back through. So yeah, without further ado, guys, I'll come back to you when I'm doing this one. Right, so that's all the red onions planted up, guys. So that's 50 white onions in that bed and 50 red onions in this bed. Now what I'm going to do is give them a really good watering just before I go. And my other aim today is I've got 3 garlic cloves to split, and I'm probably going to also get them planted up, possibly in them 2 beds or these 2 beds today as well. So yeah, what I'm going to do without further ado is going to get cracking on putting some frame system over these. I'm not going to record it because I'm really not sure what I'm going to do right now, and I'll come back to you once obviously I've got the frames on them, guys. It's only to stop foxes, cats walking all over them, because we do get them quite a lot around here, as you can tell via the other plot just here. I did all that and foxes just trampled all over it. So yeah, so without further ado, we'll crack on and get a frame built, and I'll come straight back to you, and then we'll get on with planting some garlic, I think. So see you in a moment. Right, so that's the frames made up, guys. Now sorry I didn't show you what I did. I will show you what I do on the smaller beds, but these were a bit larger scale, didn't really know what I was doing, hence the reason they're both different. They're not perfect, but they're not staying on a permanent basis. It's just while they germinate and come through and establish themselves, then I may take the covers off them. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It'll do. It's covered at the end of the day, so nothing can stomp, well, hopefully nothing stomps on it, i.e. foxes. And yeah, I'll give them a good watering in just before I go. But what I'm going to do now is I am going to obviously come up to this section here. I've decided I'm going to fill that bed there and that bed just here, and we're going to do the garlic in them too, I believe. So without further ado, crack on with the garlic, guys. Alright guys, so that's the garlic in as well. Now, I've never done any good with garlic, so I'm not really got my hopes out on these, if I'm honest. But I've done it in a different method than I normally would. Same again for the reason for the soil, the compost on top. It's just to distinguish where they're going to come up from. It gives me a rough idea, and then I can replace any that don't come up. So yeah, I'm going to now build a frame system, guys, and I'll show you how I do it. Back with you shortly. Right, so firstly, I've got 4 stakes. I'm going to knock one into there, into there, basically one into each corner. And knock them down as far as I possibly can with the, not the safest method. I don't know if I've got my hammer, oh, I've got my hammer actually. So, knock them in as far as I can get them. They're only little plastic things. Right, that's more than enough. Tied on. This is literally all I do, guys. Is I then just big reel. Get a nice piece. Pop it on the end. Should slide on just lovely, he says, and it's just being a pain. Oh, no, just behind it. Push it in as far as you can over the top of that other pole you've just knocked in. And then, oh, need one more tool. Just behind me. level it until you get your desired height. It's really annoying because it's a massive coil. Alright, so I'm going to chop it about there. Slide it over the top until you've got the height you want. Perfect for my liking. And then do the same again the other side. I'd like to take a bit more off that because pushed it. It's got to be a one-shot blow. Then, without hopefully messing too much, pop it on again, slide it down as far as you can as well. Same thing again, got a rough idea where the edges I want. That one about there. Overlap on that. Push it down. To desired level. Looks pretty good to me. Then all the matter of is throwing your fabric over, guys. So without further ado, I'm going to not hyperlapse it or anything. I'm just going to get the fabric on. Once I've done it, got it covered, I'll come back to you at the end. Right, so that's the cover on. Nothing elaborate, guys. I'm not being all Pacific and stuff. I'm just getting it in, getting it watered, covering it as best I can, you know. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I do to cover my stuff. Two little prongs. If you don't like the fact that they kind of push in together, you can put a cane either end like I have done with these ones. So it is simply 4 thinner plastic poles that fit inside them pieces, and then yeah, just put them on, whack a net over. That's your crop protected. Now, like I say, I've done garlic before, never really done very well, so it's, you know, hoping that for once I'll grow some garlic, but I'm doing them in the ground this time. So yeah, but so that's basically 50 white onions, 50 red onions, and I don't know, I didn't count, but yeah, so there's probably about 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18 garlic planted. So yeah, pretty impressed with my day's efforts, and the plot's looking pretty good. All I'm going to do now is basically nip across, water these, and then go home, guys. But yeah, it's been quite a productive afternoon. Obviously the daffodils are coming up now. I've actually got some lupins I need to put in as well, but this one needs a bit of weeding again. But yeah, so that's how the new plot's looking at the minute. The bricks will not be staying. I'm just looking at a different method like I've done on the side of this one, which is tack pinning it. So, and you can lift the net on and off. So yeah, tell me which one you prefer, that one or that one, left or right. I'm quite intrigued to know. That one definitely is going to get redone though. That one looks a lot neater, a lot cleaner. Thought that out a bit more. So yeah, but that's my day completely, guys. I'm not going to carry on much more because I'm literally watering and locking up and going home because I need my food. So I hope wherever you do go in this weekend or whatever you're doing this weekend, you enjoy, and hopefully, guys, I shall catch you on the next upload. So for now, take care.